What's up, everyone? Zero here. So I wanted to show you my Blood Summoner build. I was trying to make something with Bone Spirit, but somebody already kind of beat me to it. I noticed that there were some of the tempering aspects you could put on there where it would lower Bone Spirit's cooldown to 0. And I wanted to kind of mess with that, but I was making the other two builds before this, so they kind of beat me to it. So I put together this. It's not the greatest, obviously, because it's a little off meta. It does use minions, but it's not focusing all on the golem, which is really nice. I don't like going in just one-shotting everything. It just doesn't feel very fun. I kind of like it to be a little bit of a challenge. I just don't like going with what everybody else is playing. And that seems to be what people are doing. They're like speed clearing tier 90 of the pit with the golem. You can get them to do a crazy amount of damage. This doesn't do that. So it's a little bit more of a challenge, but it's fun. It turns Blood Surge into a big AoE. Kind of clear the whole screen if you wanted to. Just for the gear, is I have Hardened Bones to get the extra damage reduction. I have the Occult Dominion to get the extra warrior and mages. It uses the new Kruger's Embrace. So this is what turns Blood Surge into the big AoE because it consumes the corpses as well. I have the Juggernaut for the armor cap. I have the Golem's cooldown on here because I still do use the minions. They help to add a little bit of damage because you do run out of essence. So you're going to want something doing damage while you're gaining your essence back. And this is going to give you attack speed. The Rathma's Chosen. It's going to give you attack speed when your blood skills overpower. So once you overpower, you can use your hemorrhage to gain your essence back really fast. You have a lot of attack speed, so it fills up really quick. I have Banished Lord's Talisman for the overpower. I have the Sacrilegious Soul so that everything's automated. This automates corpse tendrils, raise skeleton. Makes it a lot easier to do that, so that way I don't have to worry about raising my minions when they die and all of that. These blood drops do an insane amount of physical damage. When a bunch of them drop, when you overpower, you just run around and collect them, and then also every 20 seconds your next skill is guaranteed to overpower. That coupled with this is going to give you a lot of overpowers. And then also when we get to the skill tree, you're going to see it's on there too. I have the minion attack speed Frenzied Dead. This is going to give my minions a lot of extra attack speed. For the Book of the Dead, I use the Reapers because they're going to give me extra corpses, and then that's going to allow me to cast Blood Surge in a bigger area more often. For the mages, I have the Shadow. For the Golem, I have the Blood Golem to get the extra damage reduction because he takes 30% of damage that I would take. For the skill tree, I have Hemorrhage with Initiate's Hemorrhage for the Fortify. I have Blood Surge with Paranormal Blood Surge for the Overpower. I have Hewed Flesh so that it creates more corpses. I have Imperfectly Balanced to get the core skill extra damage. I have Skeletal Warrior Mastery so that it increases the life and damage of my warriors. I have Death's Embrace because everything's going to be pretty much close for the most part. I have Decrepify with Horrid Decrepify because it's going to kill everything that's below 10%. It's kind of like a Coaling Strike if you play PoE. Skeletal Mage Mastery. And then I have the entire blood tree filled. So Coalesced, Transfusion. This is going to drop the blood orbs. Tides of Blood. Drain Vitality. I have Corpse Tendrils. And then obviously the Corpse Tendrils. Plagued Corpse Tendrils to make everything vulnerable. And then I have my Golem Mastery here. And for the minions, I have Inspiring Leader and Hellbent Commander Rathma's Vigor to get the extra overpowers. So there's a lot of overpower synergy happening in this build. For the Paragon, for the starting board, I have Mage for the Skeletal Mages. For Cult Leader, I have Dead Razor. For Blood Begets Blood, I have Golem. For the Hulking Monstrosity, I have Control. For Flesh Eater, I have Essence. And then obviously I come down here to get the Cult Leader. For Scent of Death, I have Dominate for the extra overpower damage. So just to show you what it's like, I'm going to run a higher tier Nightmare Dungeon since I'm still doing my glyphs. I do not have any of my gear masterworked for the most part, just a couple of items. And it still does a lot of damage. I haven't even added a socket to this because I don't have any scattering prisms, so I use them all in my other builds. But yeah, so it's got a lot of stuff that I can add to it, a lot of work to do, but it works really well. I'm having a lot of fun with it. It's a lot different than I see anybody else using, so it's cool. So with the new unique gloves, it's going to make Blood Surge use the corpses. So it kind of turns Blood Surge into a range build. So I don't even have the glyphs leveled up because I was experimenting with so many other different builds for this. But it does a lot of damage. It's not bad single target either. The thing I struggled with before with the blood build was the single target damage. It was really rough. But the minions kind of helped to mitigate that. So I wanted to make something where it wasn't just all minions doing all the damage and you were just kind of sitting, you know, not doing anything. So this kind of, it's like equal share with the damage. So the minions do a lot. The Blood Surge does a lot. It's a little bit slower to play. I would like to add more movement speed to it. And obviously, I mean, this is with no masterwork, but the volatile blood drops add a lot of extra damage once the skill overpowers. With the Banished Lord's Talisman, it works really good because it guarantees the overpower as well as the passives in the skill tree have some guaranteed overpower as well with Rathmas and the passive option for Blood Surge. It's a lot of fun. It's got a big AoE clear. Does a lot of damage. Obviously, once I get my gear masterworked, it's going to be a lot tankier, a lot more max life. It's going to do a lot more overpowered damage. I'm going to get some. I want to add some crit chance to it too. Obviously, that's kind of an issue right now, but maybe you could help me make some improvements on it, or you know, if you have any suggestions, let me know. But yeah, this is it. I've taken it so far. I've taken it to tier 45 with like almost zero masterworking on the gear. So I've upgraded a couple of my items, but nothing crazy, nothing substantial yet. So on the single target, the main goal is curse, get your volatile blood drops, run around and get them. It's gonna also, you're gonna pick up your blood orbs, which is gonna restore your essence. Hemorrhage also restores your essence really quickly, and then the affix that gives you the overpower increases attack speed is gonna help you give more hemorrhage attack speed. So you're gonna be able to fill up your essence really fast. Yeah, and then you know you just use your minions. And then use the volatile blood drops to deal that extra damage. It does pretty good single target damage. I mean, it's not bad. It's not the best because it's Blood Surge, but it's not bad at all. And I'm sure once I get this gear master worked in there, it's going to do a lot more. So yeah, that's it. That's the Blood Summoner. I hope you like it. I hope that if you like playing off-meta stuff like me, that you enjoy it. If you like the build guide, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. It helps me out because I'm a new channel. Yeah, and just stay tuned for more. There's a lot more builds to come, a lot more content to come. I'm having fun doing this, so I appreciate the support, guys. Peace.